Let's start with the OGs of Bitcoin, the early adopters who mined or bought Bitcoin back when it was worth pennies. If Bitcoin hits $1 million, these once average people would become billionaires overnight. Imagine your old college roommate who wouldn't stop talking about Bitcoin, suddenly buying up mansions and private islands. It's the ultimate rags to riches story, but it also comes with a catch. A wealth transfer of this magnitude would create a new elite class, shifting the balance of economic power in ways we can't even fully predict. Think about it, tech-savvy individuals who once just seemed like digital rebels would now be some of the world's most influential people. Would they use their newfound power responsibly, or would it lead to a crypto-fueled age of excess? But the changes wouldn't stop there. A $1 million Bitcoin wouldn't just make a few lucky investors wealthy, it would trigger one of the largest wealth transfers in history. Traditional financial institutions, think Wall Street titans and global banks, would be forced to adapt or face losing their dominance. We'd likely see a scramble, with big banks and hedge funds suddenly throwing their weight into the crypto market, causing even more price volatility. It's like the old financial world meeting the new digital frontier. And don't forget about the retail investors, the average Joes and Janes who bought a bit of Bitcoin here and there. Some would cash out and transform their lives, while others might hold on, convinced the price could go even higher. This would be a social revolution, with the lines between economic classes becoming blurrier than ever. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What would happen to traditional currencies if Bitcoin became a $1 million asset? Some experts believe a sky-high Bitcoin would send ripples or maybe even tidal waves through the global financial system. Countries with weak or unstable economies might see their fiat currencies lose value rapidly, especially if citizens decide to ditch cash and embrace Bitcoin. Remember, fiat money is only as strong as people's confidence in it. If that confidence erodes, we could witness financial chaos in some parts of the world. Even major currencies like the US dollar or the euro wouldn't be immune to these effects. Central banks might have to create new strategies, maybe even rolling out digital currencies of their own to compete. Imagine a world where the financial strategies of nations revolve around one cryptocurrency. It's a dystopian nightmare for some and a thrilling future for others. Let's zoom in on a country that's already taken a huge gamble on Bitcoin, El Salvador. As you may know, El Salvador made Bitcoin legal tender in 2021, hoping to revolutionize its economy. If Bitcoin hits $1 million, this little Central American nation could suddenly find itself swimming in wealth. Or it could face economic disaster if things get out of hand. With that much money pouring in, infrastructure could improve rapidly, and quality of life could rise. But the flip side? Such an influx of wealth could lead to inflation, social upheaval, and even corruption. El Salvador would either become the poster child of Bitcoin's success or a cautionary tale for every nation considering crypto adoption. All right, let's talk about an often overlooked consequence, the environment. Bitcoin mining is already notorious for its energy consumption. At $1 million per coin, the incentive to mine would skyrocket, likely sparking a mining boom. We'd see mining operations expanding across the globe, consuming more energy than ever before. Some countries could even face energy crises as miners battle for electricity. Environmental activists would be up in arms, calling for regulation and pushing for a shift to renewable energy sources. And yes, renewable energy could help offset the damage, but would it be enough? Or would governments have to step in and regulate mining activity more strictly? The battle between economic growth and environmental responsibility would be fiercer than ever. With Bitcoin reaching $1 million, you can bet that governments around the world wouldn't just sit back and watch. Expect a tidal wave of regulations aimed at keeping crypto from destabilizing traditional economies. We'd see new laws on taxation, tighter rules for crypto exchanges, and perhaps even digital surveillance measures to track transactions. The US, the EU, China, every major power would want to have a say in this new crypto landscape. But here's the question. Could Bitcoin, with its decentralized nature, really be controlled? Or would it lead to an ongoing cat and mouse game between regulators and crypto enthusiasts? And what about countries that decide to go all in on crypto? Would they thrive in this new era or face backlash from more traditional economies? Okay, but what about us? How would this affect everyday life? Well, for starters, saving and investing would look very different. People might shift from traditional bank accounts to crypto wallets, seeing Bitcoin as the ultimate store of value. We could see a world where peer-to-peer transactions become the norm, making banks less relevant for personal finance. Imagine buying groceries or paying for a car in Bitcoin. Retailers would need to adapt, but so would you. The volatility of Bitcoin could make day-to-day budgeting a nightmare, or a thrilling game of financial strategy. And let's not forget about security. With so much wealth tied up in digital assets, cybercrime would be more lucrative than ever. Personal security measures like hardware wallets and encrypted accounts would become essential. What about the rest of the crypto world? If Bitcoin dominates at $1 million, where does that leave altcoins like Ethereum, Cardano, or Solana? We could see a surge in interest for other cryptos as people diversify their investments. But there's also the risk that Bitcoin's success could overshadow the entire market, making other coins seem less relevant. Would people flock to Ethereum for its smart contract capabilities? Or would Bitcoin's influence crush everything in its path? It's anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure, the crypto market would be more unpredictable and exhilarating than ever. Now let's talk about everyone's biggest fear. Is a $1 million Bitcoin sustainable? Or would it be the mother of all bubbles? History is full of asset bubbles, from the Dutch tulip mania to the 2008 housing crisis. Could Bitcoin's astronomical rise lead to an equally devastating fall? Imagine governments and institutional investors pulling out all at once, causing a cascade of panic selling. The fallout would be catastrophic for those who didn't diversify or have an exit strategy. But then again, Bitcoin has defied expectations before. Maybe it could sustain its value, but at what cost? And would the global economy even be able to recover from a crash of this magnitude? So where does this leave us? A world where Bitcoin is worth $1 million would be nothing short of revolutionary. We'd see new wealth, new rules, and new risks that could either propel humanity into a golden age or set us on a path to economic chaos. The big question isn't just whether Bitcoin could reach $1 million, it's whether we're ready for the consequences if it does. What do you think? Would you cash out or hold on if this future becomes reality? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of crypto and finance. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious.